So today I want to talk about tilling. I want to show you the difference between beds that were tilled and beds that weren't tilled. So these 4 beds that I do my 3 sisters in, my husband really wanted to till them last year. So I let him for experimental reasons, and you can see they're full of weeds. So was the walkway, but we'll get to that after. But then the rest of my beds, so this is my strawberry bed, garlic, they don't have any weeds, or if they do, it's just this grass that likes to pop up. But this is the benefit of no-till, is year after year, you have less and less unwanted plants coming up. This is why I always sell. This is why I really say don't till your gardens. It has a lot of benefits. This is 2 years of not tilling versus last year it got tilled. A couple other things I wanted to talk about is soil building. And so when I plant, I use mulch. I like to do these beds are 24 or 2.5 feet deep. And so I really like to put wood chips, a row of wood chips down the middle. This helps with water retention. It gives more edges, which everything grows a little better on the edge because you'll have the benefits of the wood chips and the soil. I already have a couple onions coming up actually, but so I do that, and that's where I run my drip line, is in the middle. And then when I water, then any extra water gets soaked up by the wood chips. And in between waterings, these wood chips will actually seep out the extra water to the plants around them. This bed's a little bit more clear because that one's a little bit messy, but this bed's a little bit more clear in the separation. I do sometimes like to do it like in this bed. I did it on the edges as well, and same with that first bed I showed you, just to help any water moisture that would be running off the soil and try to go out of my beds. Some of them I've done it and some of them I haven't. I just want to see what the difference is going to be. As you can see, I do raised beds because I just need to sit a lot when I'm gardening, and it just makes it a lot better on my back to be able to sit in a raised and work on a raised bed. The soil drops quite a bit, and so I'll need to top this up quite a bit in the fall, but that's why we're making compost over there, is to fill up my beds for cheap. And then lastly, I like to do my walkways with wood chips. As you can see, because the wood chips break down, and they actually break down really good, I did about 4 inches with cardboard, and we're down to about 1 inch. Sorry, that was a bad video, but this is trailing grass. This is, whenever on my videos, I'll complain about this a lot because it just, like, as you can see, it just trails quite a ways. But anyways, sidetracked. Anyways, you can see how 4 inches of wood chips turns into dirt quite quickly over one season. And this helps to break up, like if you have a clay soil, this will really help to break up your clay. It adds micronutrients. It works as a giant sponge. It works really well for these beds to water them. The raised beds, it does work a little bit, but not to the same extent it would be if it was on the ground. But the benefit is we're building soil. A lot of times what I'll do is when we go to replace this stuff that's already partially composted down, I will take this, and that's what I'll use in the middle rows of all of my beds. Because it's partially composted down, you're not losing as much nitrogen because carbon wood chips take a lot of nitrogen to fully break down. And so when they've already had most of the process done for them, then you don't have to worry about that as much in your own beds. But I mean, over here you can see where there's even less. It turns into really beautiful soil underneath, and it adds, and worms love them. If I was really to dig up, I'd show you all, like, it's just a worm bed usually underneath. But with wood chips, you do need to top them up every year, because as you can see, because this gets compacted down, which is the other benefit of not tilling, is you don't get that compaction. But all of these plants here, they grow well with compaction because they have, let's see if I can pull one up. I couldn't get it out, but you can see it's got a really nice taproot. This is it's a type of wild lettuce. It actually smells super good, but it's called bitter lettuce. But that's what's growing here is all these, this is dandelion. So all these taproot, because it's been walked on and compressed. So they're just coming in and saying, hey, we're going to decompress this for you. So that's why if you choose to do a walkway in just wood chips and cardboard like I did, it will need to be topped up every year to keep that weed suppression down. The other things you can do is you can do live mulch, or you can do a black plastic. You can actually, if you do the black plastic and then poke some holes in it, like just small holes, and put the wood chips over top, worms can actually still come up through the black plastic to get to your wood chips to start to break them down. You will have weeds pop up that way, but it won't be these taproot type weeds. It'll be more manageable weeds because the plastic barrier will stop them from rooting down. So that's just a different option for you. But I just wanted to show you some of the things that I implement and how they're working, and I'll keep updating.